You know what it is. It's yours truly, DJ Stone, the world's greatest DJ. Action.
Nice, my man. All right. So, I know your OG is DJ Hope, so that's, really where I want to start. That's, he brought you into college
Oh, yeah,
beats,
yeah, yeah,
so that's
yeah.
what
You
I'm
gonna say that?
saying.
Yeah,
So
that is true. That's my guy.
that would probably be my first question. Like, where did you meet Hope? Like, what's the whole story?
Actually, me and Hope grew up together when we was younger, and when I was up at UC, I ended up like reconnecting with him. He seen me out doing little parties here and there, and then I think like one day he was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm about to start DJing again. Like, you help me?" I'm like, "All right, then let's get it." And then
that's something else that you were talking about, how all those parties, all the music was trash, and then that kind of inspired you to become a DJ yourself. Would that be, because I know Hope, his father was into DJing as well. How was that experience? With Hope?
Yeah, so coming up, like I went to UC, so like, I go to house parties, trash. I'm like, you know what, I can do this. Like, if they ain't here playing this and the people rocking with this, I feel like I can do a better job than this. So I had started like 2014. I think this about 5 years going on strong now. So, but I ain't really started taking it serious until about 2 years ago. So I started in 2014, but 2 years ago, 2017, that's when I really start.
If Hope's not really your, OG, like DJ HD, right? Like that's what you said was someone that really helped you in the beginning.
Yeah, so
tell me a little bit about that background.
Yeah, so at the time when I first got to UC, HD was the DJ. He was the one doing all the events and things like that. So that was the person that I was seeing and I was looking up to, like, hey, I want to, get like him. And it was a skating part. I remember talking to him and he was just like, go for it. Just if you want to do this, just go for it. And probably that same night that I had went home, made a mix, and then I put it out on SoundCloud the next day. Tagged all my friends on Facebook and all of that. They was trash. Don't get me wrong, it was trash. But
is it still out there?
No, I'm about to find it and see what I can. But at the moment, it was trash. But when I put it out, I thought it was the hottest shit ever. Like, I thought it was hot. But just looking back on it, it was like that was my first step into actually, pursuing DJing. But it wasn't, I wasn't taking it as serious as I am now. Yeah. I was just, just doing it to, for a side hobby. Then I eventually, start doing a lot more events at UC. Then I became the DJ for UC. So.
Yeah, and you're one of our 3 official DJs as well, and so a big shout out to Trevor for bringing you in, and
shout out to my guy Trevor.
Yeah, man. For sure, and I think College Beats is super dope, because we're able to help you out with the playlist or different niche markets and different experiences that you were talking about, the experience of going into a different market and seeing different experiences that you really weren't accustomed to. Talk a little bit about that, how that really hurts, that vulnerability.
Right. So actually it's funny you said that. So like when I first started DJing, my mom, her first thing was like, well, her biggest thing was like, make sure your when you DJ, your music catalog is like very versatile. Don't just go in doing hip hop or R&B. Like, be able to do anything. So being a official DJ for College B actually helped me, expand my reach for other people. Like, being in Atlanta 19, I never like had to DJ Atlanta 19, and for that crowd. So it's like that was a whole different experience for me. But I'm trying to be the greatest DJ in the world. Yeah. So in order to like even try to get to there, I need to be able to DJ for anybody.
Yeah, and we're trying to be the biggest, DJ service in the world. So it really makes a lot of sense, and I think that there are a lot of bar owners that really give us a lot of credit because the day that music hits, we're going to have that in our playlist. And I think that, you were going to parties, I was going to different events, and I was like, man, I don't want to feel like I'm at a wedding. Like how
That's
many
true.
weddings do you go to where it's the same music over and over again?
Everything.
Yeah, and like that was just something that I didn't feel. And I think that College Beats, like between SoundCloud and Spotify and our iTunes playlist, that it really provides that new music, whether or not you're in college or, you're in different backgrounds. And one of the other things that I talked a lot about on my podcast, kind of trying to get, the origin story as well. You talked about your family a little bit, and what was the influence and inspiration? Was it your family? Was it your friends, aka
Hmm.
Hope? Or, was it the situation you were in, coming out of college? And,
Right.
to kind of get into that, background a little bit, like, what was your inspiration to get into music?
Um, to music, ever since I was young, I always been into music, so that always been there. But I think my inspiration to try to be my own entrepreneur came from my grandpa. Like he had his own janitorial service business. Like ever since I was little, growing up, that's what he had. So like me and him always talk. He'd be like, "Why would I sit there, work for somebody else if I can
Yeah.
work for myself?
Yeah.
I can do what I want. I can take the vacations that I want to do. I don't gotta ask for days off. I can, do what I want." So like that right there already drove me to be like, what, when I get older, I'm gonna own something. Don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna own something. And so it's like when I got into college, I'm thinking like I'm going engineering. That's gonna take me to where I want to get to. Long behold, did I know once I start doing, I'm like, probably not. Like, not saying I don't like engineering because I do. I'm an electrical engineer now, but it's like I really when I DJ, it's something else. Like when I go out there, it's just like whole different feeling. Like everything. If I had any problems in the world when I go out and DJ, all that's forgotten.
Hmm.
All that's forgotten. Like just seeing people have fun and all that. So like once we leave and everybody like, oh, you did a great job. You did. I'm like, hey, that's what I'm here for. So I would say that's my like inspiration. And then also I would say, so I'm a member at Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And so like as I was, trying to go through the process of being a member, it was the DJ Bandcamp. He's also a member of my fraternity. He's actually the same chapter. So like once I like met him, and I see him doing like DJing for the Pacers, being on BET back when it was on
Yeah.
TV,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like he's doing concerts and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you can actually do this with DJing. So that right there opened up my eye, made me push to be that.
Yeah.
Even
What's
bigger
your
than that.
what's your relationship with him other than the fraternity?
That's what started it. Like me and him, cool. Every time he come in town, I kick it with him. Ask him a couple questions. I really try to like pick his brain on DJing because it's like where he at, I'm trying to get to and trying to get further past that. So it's
Yeah.
like, every time I see him, I just need to pick his brain to see what can I do to, to get to his level and beyond. So
Yeah, and I think that's a part of it, because without that network, without that family,
right,
without that love, like really what else are you really going to do?
that's true.
Because I know, as an engineer, you have something more consistent to
Hmm.
rely on, and I think that's another real big part of it. I know obviously college beats is a part of your life, but who would you say is your team? Who can you reach out to? Obviously, these different DJs and stuff,
Right.
but who really holds you down?
It's funny though, cause coming up first, I thought I better do this all by myself. My biggest team is my family. Like they been there when they had nothing. Like
Yeah.
just let's see, I really just getting back on my feet. Just this year. So it's like a year ago, I ain't had no job. I was trying to make DJing full time. Didn't work out. So it's like my family is my
The Rock,
biggest,
yeah.
yeah.
And I think for me, like, it's a little bit tough because in my previous podcast series,
Right.
I interviewed a lot of artists, and a lot of different artists have management or
Yeah.
have, different artists that they have features. And DJs, the more and more that I get to know it, like, you guys don't really have those resources.
Oh nah.
And I think like College Beats and other resources are definitely something that can provide this platform,
Right.
for DJs to, not only show their artistry, but also, show their personality.
Yeah.
So, and we'll kind of, wrap it up. We're coming up on the 11, 12-minute mark. We
Okay.
can get deep into it, but another question I usually ask is, what is your vision? What would you say, is something more attainable, like something that you're like, all right, like, I can do this short term, and what would you say would be something that's completely unattainable, but something that, like you said, the Pacers or
Right.
the different teams or the Reds, or what would be something that would be a dream to you? Because that's really what motivates me.
Right.
Because I'm more of a long-term vision over short-term gains kind of
Yeah.
guy. So I kind of like work my way backwards,
That's true.
because at the end of the day, if you find a better opportunity, really what is the point of us, building?
Right.
So like, I just want to know, like, what would you say is your short-term goals?
Mm-hmm.
And then what would you say is your vision? And then what would be like something that's completely unattainable that you think you won't even be able to get to?
Okay. I would say my short-term goal right now would be to really just build my brand. Coming up, at first I'm thinking like, oh, just my skills gonna get me to places, but I started to learn like it's your brand.
Yeah.
It's definitely your brand. I remember seeing a post on Instagram. It's 2 coffee cups. One coffee cup had nothing on it. The other one had Starbucks. The one that was blank was $1. The coffee, the one from Starbucks was like $3. So it's like your brand is so important. So right, my short term goal is to really build my brand and make it have a strong foundation to the point where I'm able to go anywhere and people know what they're getting. I think my big main goal is to have like a tour, like a world tour, not just a U.S. tour, like a world tour, and just like travel everywhere and just bring.
What artist would you say that you would want to go on tour with?
That's a good question. My first one artist I definitely would say would be JDough. Like that's my guy right there. He killing it out here doing his thing. So like that's one person I definitely would be.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of JDough. We had him on Freestyle Friday,
right.
and he's always been a good guy. So big shout to JDough.
Hey yo, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Another one would be, let's see, some big artists.
Yeah.
2 Chainz and Big Mill, like those two.
Yeah.
I listen to them all the time. So like, if I was ever gonna be able to be on tour with them, that'd be dope. And then like, when I say like tour, I mean like it'd be my tour. You feel me? Like you know how like you got DJ Drama, you got DJ Khaled had his tour, like something like that. To the point where they like, oh, he out here like I'm, giving people a platform to perform their music. Or, I'm just giving people a platform to do what they do. You feel
Hell
me?
yeah,
So
and
it's
that's
like,
exactly what we're trying to do too. So, I appreciate
hey, man,
coming
I appreciate
out.
y'all bringing me out, man.
Yeah, man, and if you don't already know, this was Dat Dude TP sitting here with DJ Stone. I hope that you enjoy his DJ jam. If you want to talk a little bit about that experience as well. How was that? Big shout out to Double Sin and Timeless Recordings as well.
Shout out to them.
For sponsoring the series.
That was actually a funny experience because I remember I was at Hope Crib. We just chilling. We was having our own little session, just practicing. And he was like, "Hey, I'm about to go down to the studio. I'm about to do a DJ jam session. I'm like, I'm down with it." So we start. He do his part. I'm like, okay, I'll rock with it. I'll go up and do mine. I'm like, I'm a little rusty because I don't know if I was cold or whatever, but like it wasn't all that. So it was a great experience though. Overall, it was a great experience.
And that's what this all is. This is all media experience.
Right.
So then you're more prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So then when we do put you in that position or, with the Freestyle Friday,
right.
Or, so then you kind of feel more comfortable going into it.
Yeah, so everything was a great experience, man. I rock with College Beats, man. I appreciate y'all bringing me out here, interviewing me for this.
Yeah, at the College Beats compound.
Yeah, man, this is like, this remind me of, eventually this going to be some big shit right here.
Some Fantasy Factory action.
Yeah, this going to be some big shit. Just remind me of, I was watching, what's the dude from Amazon? Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, when he's had his little office.
Yeah.
this remind me of that. Y'all gonna be on some
or some Rob Deerdeck Fantasy Factory.
Yeah. So that's gonna. Oh yeah, that do remind me of this.
And I've always said like big moves only.
Hey, that's what we on this year. Big moves only.
Yeah, if you big moves only.
If your dream is not big enough to scare you, you need to pick another dream. Like you're not dreaming for real. So that's what I think about. So. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at The Real DJ Stone. And also, I got this mixtape called First Fridays. Each and every first Friday of each month, I'm putting out a mixtape. So make sure you go on my SoundCloud and listen to that. The link gonna be on my Instagram bio. And remember, you rocking with the world's greatest, DJ Stone. Like that, we gone.
Oh.